Alright, what's up, everybody? So Pat lost internet, so I'm taking over for a little bit of the stream at least tonight, and we're moving to a real modern deck. No, I'm gonna play actually Affinity. So in modern, we'll get a game or two in. We'll see, just something. Yeah. So let's, actually, yeah, let's get going. Oh, we need more lands than this. That's just not going to play, unfortunately. I think we keep this simply because we have payoff cards. We just need a couple turns to get there. It's not ideal, but it's better than 5. That helps a lot, being on the draw. So our opponent's playing blue-black something. The good news is we can play a turn 1 Ravager. Hopefully. I take that back. We are not playing a turn 1 Ravager. So, my guess is we're playing against Grixis Dust Shadow. Deck is just giving us gifts. If they've got another Fatal Push, I fully expect this Ornithopter to be pushed. Okay. We've been remanded. We will... I still think we're playing against Death Shadow, but I'm not sure anymore. Not 100% sure, at least. Alright, let's see if we can get our cranial plating out. Or if that's going to get hit with a counter spell of some sort. Alright. The next question is the Ornithopter going to live? Yep. Kind of expected that. That's okay. Good news is our deck is very threat dense. Let's just hope things survive long enough this time. Ooh, that's a nice draw. So we're going to attack with everything because Ravager protects itself, and we still have double black if they destroy the Ornithopter to instant speed move the plating. I think we want to put them on a clock. I want to put out the Ravager and just protect things. And welcome back, Pat.
Hey, buddy.
They are terminating my Ravager.
Welcome back.
What was that?
No, this is not a welcome back. This
Oh.
is you're on speakerphone because me and Holly were in the basement, and she got to hear probably the dumbest conversation we've ever had with Time Warner Cable.
Oh boy. My opponent's
question I was
terminating
asked
a
was-
Ravager. This is not fair.
The question I was asked was, has it ever worked before?
Okay.
Let that sink in.
So I take it you're not coming back.
No, it's an outage in the area.
Okay. Well, I'm streaming Affinity, so we got at least some.
You jumped on the stream?
Yeah.
All right, that works.
Oh. That sounds
works.
wonderful, though.
Yeah, no, it's an outage in the area. I had to ask her that, and she goes, well, let me check. It doesn't look like you're in an outage. And then she spent 5 minutes with me on hold and came back and goes, so you're in an outage in the area.
That's
Really?
unfortunate. Well, we're gonna miss you.
That's fine.
I think I'm playing Death Shadow.
You enjoy your Affinity, and I will probably jump in the stream just on my phone.
All right. Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna go to bed.
All right.
By the way, do you have an extra Nihiri?
Yes, I do.
All right, I need it.
All right.
I can't find number 3.
Okay.
So, if I find it, I'll let you know.
Yep.
All right, bye, buddy.
All right, later. So yeah, Pat's not coming back tonight, it looks like, which is fine. We'll play a couple games. Yeah, I still think this is Death Shadow, which is why I'm bringing the Dispatch in. Galv Blast, I'm swapping out a colored spell for a colored spell, and on the draw, I generally cut a Springleaf Drum because that's what I do. Oops, I gotta click the right buttons. Ooh, this is a wonderful hand. Okay, this is not Death Shadow, but I'm still okay with Dispatch in the deck. Huh, Slumbering Dragon. That's a new one to me. Alright, so we lead on the Blink Moth just so if we need to, we can attack with it. I'm going to pay 2 life to cast a Vault Scourge. And this is going to get very silly very quickly. That is nice. So Spring Leaf is basically a free spell here because I'm going to cast it and then use mana to cast it and then use it off of the creature I'm about to play to cast something else. So okay. So our opponent's tapped out, so I want to get rid of this dragon now. Paying that 2 life there was not a huge deal. I have cranial platings, which will gain me a lot back on a Vault Scourge. And that's even better, because that lets us cast our Master of Ethereum right now. Yeah. Sure, you can remand that. I think I want to try and land the Master of Ethereum again. Okay, Niv Mizzet was revealed. That's going to be interesting. So that means my Master of Ethereum is not going to land. I'm gonna hold off on that. That's okay, I'd rather have them in the long run counter the Master than one of my cranial platings. Because those will just win the game out of nowhere. That's a Thunderbreak Regent. Huh, okay. So this is most definitely Grixis Dragons. Alright, we're just going to cast the Cranial Plating and offer to trade our Vault Skirt. Okay. Oh. I'm just going to play a second Vault Scourge then. And pass the turn. Because that Thunderbreak is going to be a problem. Alright. Odds of them having a counterspell are pretty good, but let's try and land. We landed a plating. That's good news. So we're going to tap the Ornithopter because it's an O2 and doesn't actually do anything. Wow. That's a lot of hate. That's a lot of removal spells there. And unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that Thunderbreak at the moment. Alright, so our opponent has 2 cards in hand. So what I'm hoping, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we can't get an Infect kill this turn. So I'm going to try attaching the plating to the Vault Scourge, and let's see what happens. Okay. Lifelink is very good. Another Fatal Push. That is 2 Fatal Pushes we've seen. Okay. That's fine. So second main phase, I'm actually going to equip this Cranial Plating to the Ornithopter, because I can then trade the Ornithopter for the Thunderbreak, and I'm okay with that. There's Niv Mizzet. Well, this is really funny, because those don't do me any good. Can I activate everything? Nope, I can't. Okay. So we're just gonna have to pass the turn because there's not much I can do here other than keep an Ornithopter back to trade with things. So I think our opponent might just win this because they had answers to everything, just about everything we did, which is fine. That actually helps a little in the long run. Not this turn, but it does help eventually. Wow, 3 Mox Opals does not help us much. And our opponent's at 15. There's not much I can do here. That Niv Mizzet has us on a now 7-turn clock. 6-turn clock. Actually, yeah, we're dead very quickly. Alright, we're just going to move on to game 3. There's not a whole lot there that can help us. Etch Champion's really good here. I'm going to cut another Galvanic Blast. Actually, 2 Galvanic Blasts. We want to be a little more explosive, I think. Yeah, let's run with this. Of course we want to be on the play. This seems like a fine hand. We can get a Signal Pest on turn 1 with a Steel Overseer on turn 2. Hopefully. That should start doing some work. And we're 1 mana source away from Master of Ethereum, so... Okay, so I'm actually going to run out a Signal Pest here because our opponent has blue mana open, and I'd rather not get my Steel Overseer countered. So we're not attacking with Signal Pest simply because it won't do anything. Okay. The pest only gives other creatures +1/+0, so... Alright, that's actually good. So rather than running the Master into like a stubborn denial, I'm going to actually play out the Steel Overseer here. And hope we don't get mana leaked or something like that. Alright, the fact that our Overseer resolved is a good thing. Okay. This is fine. I think next turn we're going to try and land the Master of Ethereum. Good news is that allows our Signal Pest to attack for 1. Okay, that's an Anger of the Gods, so what we're gonna do is... Oh no, we can't Yeah, we're gonna lose everything, but that's okay. I still have an Ink Moth Nexus here. And a second Ink Moth Nexus makes that really good. We're gonna activate the Ink Moth. So Ink Moth Nexus does infect damage, so it's a slightly faster clock. I forgot to buff. That's okay. I'm not going to play any of this because it just doesn't matter right now. We are going to activate. Second main phase, actually, now that I think about it. Oh no, that's on. Never mind. Dark Steel is in fact a misclicks. Whatever. Okay, we didn't miss anything. That's going to be a problem. Because I have no way of dealing with a hexproof Silumgar. Not sure what our opponent's thinking about, but we'll find out. I think they're trying to figure out what we could have. Honestly, we have nothing. But we have a couple turns to find something, hopefully, before we die. That's not going to help us. I think we're pretty much dead here, so we're just going to concede. So that was an interesting Grixis Dragons deck. Why, Moto, do you not keep things where I want them? Yes, we want to play first. Can't keep this hand. We don't have a turn 1 mana source. Nope, can't keep. This we can keep. We want to keep that Ink Moth on top. So that Ink Moth is going to let us play a turn 2 Master. Well, we're not going to get to play our Master of Ethereum, unfortunately. I am almost positive that this here is Grixis Death Shadow, and that Ghost Quarter complicates things, because it means we cannot easily swing with the Ink Moth. We're going to anyways to force them to use the Ghost Quarter, but so this is that awkward spot of we don't have much of anything. Well, that's better than nothing. It's going to get remanded. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to play this out again. We're going to pay the 2 life this time instead. Okay, we've got another spicy deck then. This is a Mindcrank deck. Whenever an opponent loses life, that player puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. That will be very interesting. So if that's the case, we are going to use this Galv Blast. I keep clicking through. Not used to the Moto. It's been a while. This is your fault, Pat. Okay, I see the combo here. We have to deal with that this turn, or I think we are dead. Or close to it. One, two, three. Actually, I don't think they have enough mana to do that. So this is one life. Oh, yep, we are dead next turn. If I can't figure out how to do 8 points of damage this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a 6/6. We're 2 points of damage short. I'm not going to concede because I'm not 100% sure that's how this is going to work, but I'm pretty sure we're dead. Oh no, they can't kill. They can't start the chain. They don't have enough mana yet. It takes 7 mana. So we are going to sacrifice our Opal and our Springleaf Drum to make our Ravager a 3/3. Okay, so we're going to make the Ravager a 2/2. We're going to trade, which is fine by me. Okay, that's how they're going to get it in going. Yep, we're going to concede to that. Okay, Ancient Grudges are very good here. I feel like these dispatches are good. Just to get the Guild Mage off the battlefield. I'm going to cut that. We're going to cut a Memnite. I think we cut these 2 Master of Ethereums because we can't have too many colored spells. Just that's the way the deck works. And I think we go with this. Yes, I would like to play first. Seems like a fine hand to me. We're short a little bit of mana, but we can still get some good points of damage in. So I'm playing out the Steel Overseer first because it just gets... Every turn I get to activate it gets better and better. I want to have it online as soon as possible. We'll search for our mountain. Alright, so again, Springleaf Drum is a free spell here because I can cast cast a creature off of the drum with the creature I cast. So okay. So our opponent's going to gain some life, which is and get some creatures, but that's okay. We're gonna just take the 2 damage. I don't want to lose my Ravager right now. I don't want to have to sack anything to make it a 3/3 to survive. So we're gonna make a big swing here with all my flyers, because Signal Pest gives everything +1/+0. So I'd rather get the counter. We don't have another land to search there. The Pest was going to die no matter what. We might as well sacrifice it to the Ravager. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I think we have them dead next turn. Yep, we have them dead on this coming attack. So that brings them up to 4 infect. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. And we sacrifice the Ravager to itself. Put all the counters on Inkmoth. And do 10 points of infect damage. Actually want one of these in. Actually, I'm going to cut dispatches back out and put a whip flare in instead. This is a keep. I'm always going to lead on the Inkmoth Nexus unless I have a colored spell or reason to play. I need a colored source on turn 1. Just because I want the option to be able to swing with the Inkmoth following turns. So I'm going to play out, again, the Overseer here. I'd rather get that online faster. I'm going to hold up this Galv Blast to kill the Duskmantle Guild Mage if I need to. In fact, I may just fire it off here, end of turn. Oh, alright. Well, that answers that question. We're just going to kill it now. Alright, we're just going to activate the Overseer now. Okay. Good news is we are not losing our Glimmer Void. That's what I click. So we're gonna hope they don't have a removal spell and put them on a 2-turn clock. Alright, so they drew a Pithing Needle. If they're smart, I know what they're going to name. They should name Inkmoth Nexus. Yep. Well, that's not a bad draw. So let's be honest, right now the plan is their Dark Confidant kills them before they kill us. Okay, so our opponent is condescending for 0, so they can set up the top of their deck to hopefully take 0 or very little damage. And then they're going to bounce it back to our hand. Okay. To draw a card. We're still going to get to play our Ravager, and we might as well equip the Cranioplating just to be efficient. An ancient grudge would be wonderful here. Not what I wanted. Oh, our opponent's getting lucky on Dark Confidant triggers. Wow, lots of Doomblades. So this is the point in the game where Affinity does not do well. We don't top deck well. And we don't have a mountain, or a basic to find. This is an interesting... The Mindcrank Duskmantle Guild Mage is an interesting combo. Well, that was one of the best cards we could have drawn off the top of our deck. We destroy the Mindcrank. Flash it back. Destroy the needle. And we're not dead yet. Although with that draw, I believe we are dead. Or close to it. Okay, another Dark Confidant. Let's hope our opponent dies off their Dark Confidant triggers. Oh. Well, that was an interesting game. Alright, let's play one more. Yes, I would like to play first. This hand does a whole lot of nothing. I actually am going to mulligan this. This does very little more, but it's worth. That helps some. At least this deck has Ink Moths and an Overseer. Alright, Ravager is actually good. I'm still going to play out the Overseer. Because next turn I can play the Ravager and activate the Ink Moth, get in for a whole bunch of damage. Or, you know, they can just path the Overseer like they always do. Let's be honest, playing that Temple Garden untapped, I figured that's what they had. But I'd rather them path the Overseer than a Ravager. So we're gonna activate the Ink Moth into. We know they've got a path, but I'm okay with this. If they want to path the Ink Moth, they can. Oh, they couldn't path it. Alright, they're going to path the Ravager, which is fine, but what we're going to do is we're going to actually activate an Ink Moth. And then sack the Ravager to itself. And put that 1/1 counter on the Ink Moth because the counters stay even after it turns back to a land. Okay, so they're going to use their Flicker Wisp to reset the Ink Moth. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. So what's going to happen here is, since I have the Galv Blast, we're going to end up just Galv Blasting the Flicker Wisp and swinging in for 4 points of infect damage here. Which means we should have lethal next turn, unless they have double removal spells. Or a blocker. So let's see if they've got the removal. Alright, so they're going to Resto Angel. Flickering the E-Witness, getting back a Flicker Wisp. Okay. I think it's... Oh no, getting back the path. Okay. Alright, so we need to be careful because we know they have a path in hand. What are you? You are going to path the signal past. Okay. So we're not going to let them do that. We're going to kill their eternal witness before they can bounce it. So they're going to get their restoration angel back, but there's not... I'd rather that than the eternal witness getting back another path to exile. So Ravager wasn't a bad draw. Our opponent is just going to continue digging through their deck for things. And we can just hope they don't find a great answer. Not sure what's going to get us out of this, but that is going to help. So rather than pay life, I'm actually going to activate the Blank Moth and use the drum to tap the Blink Moth for black. Whoops. So I don't lose any life here. It's a Siege Rhino. That's going to make things a little difficult. I think I'm just going to take this. So depending on what I draw, we might be okay. Alright, so if I can survive this turn, we're going to be in a very good spot. we should be able to survive just fine. We're going to take 4 off of the Rhino. Okay, that makes things a little different, but it's not gonna kill us yet. But I think we are, we're just going to concede this. I don't see a way out of this. I was expecting them to tap out to attack and kill us, which would have made things easier. I don't know if we can push through enough damage. Well, let's see what happens on this turn. Because 1, 2, yeah, maybe. Let's see how they block. And 12, 13. So we have to get up above 14 to... Yeah, you know what? Can't win that. Match Champion's good. I actually like Thoughtseize in this matchup. Galvanic Blast is okay, but not great. Yeah, I think that's... You know, I'm gonna pull all the Galv Blasts for dispatches. Just, they deal better with the bigger creatures. So, we've had some interesting decks tonight. We had the Grixis Dragons, that, weird Mindcrank Duskmantle Guild deck. That was interesting. And, this one is definitely interesting. Quit that out. So we want to be on the play. Nope. This doesn't get us anywhere. I think I keep this with the scry. But this is a rough hand. That's actually not bad. Oh, this is an awkward hand, but I hate going down to 5 on Affinity. It doesn't do well. I'm kind of hoping they have a path here. Well, we got our mana source off the top. Well, that's sad. So I'm actually going to play out the cranial plating this turn, but we're still going to attack first. Whoops, we clicked through. That's okay. Okay, that's a restoration angel. What's our opponent doing? Playing a Siege Rhino. Of course they are. Well, we're not dead yet, but this is not a good spot. I will take another mana source. Thank you very much. Well, we're pretty much in trouble. Oh, man. Yeah. We need we need our white mana. Nope, we are dead. Well, did not have a good night with Affinity, but that's okay. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you everyone who tuned in. Sorry about the disaster with Pat. Again, thanks for showing up. And have a good night, everyone.